The weirdest breakup of my life started with a road trip playlist. My boyfriend Ethan and I were driving from Ohio to New York for a long weekend. We were about 3 hours into the drive when I handed him my phone and said, "Hey, can you add some songs to our road trip playlist?" Simple request, right? I expected him to add some indie music, maybe a few Taylor Swift songs, maybe something we'd both sing along to. Instead, 5 minutes later, he handed my phone back with the biggest grin on his face. Done. I opened the playlist. Every single new song was country. Not one, not two, 12, Country Roads, Sweet Home Alabama, Friends in Low Places, Chicken Fried. The entire playlist looked like a tractor had crashed into Spotify. I just stared at my screen. Ethan looked proud of himself. Road trip music, he said. I didn't say anything. Because suddenly, I remembered something my grandmother used to tell me. If someone loves you, they'll pay attention to the little things. And there was one tiny problem. I hated country music. Not disliked, hated. For 3 years, Ethan had never heard me play a single country song. Not once. My playlists were full of K-pop, pop R&B, and movie soundtracks. Every concert I'd ever gone to was either Blackpink, Taylor Swift, or Olivia Rodrigo. My bedroom literally had K-pop posters on the wall. Meanwhile, Ethan had apparently looked at my playlist request and thought, what music do I like? I felt this weird sadness in my chest, not because of the songs, because I realized he wasn't thinking about me at all. The rest of the drive felt strange. I kept wondering if I was overreacting. Maybe it was just music. Maybe I was being dramatic. But the more I thought about it, the more examples started popping into my head. Every birthday gift he'd bought me was something he liked. The restaurants we went to were always his favorites. Even movie nights somehow turned into watching action movies he picked. How had I never noticed? That night, I called my best friend, Ava. Am I crazy? I asked. It's just a playlist. Ava was quiet. Then she asked one question. When you asked him to add songs, how many songs did he add that you would actually listen to? I thought about it. None. Not a single one. Exactly. Ava said. The playlist wasn't the problem. It was the pattern. And once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. The next weekend, I decided to test something. Nothing manipulative, nothing secret. I just paid attention. For 7 days, I counted how many times Ethan asked what I wanted. The answer, 0. Not once. Every plan, every restaurant, every activity, every conversation somehow became about him. And the crazy part, I don't think he even realized he was doing it. The final straw happened at my cousin's birthday party. My little cousin Lily wanted everyone to help decorate cupcakes. Ethan rolled his eyes and said, "That's boring." Then he spent 40 minutes trying to convince everyone to watch football instead, including the birthday girl. That's when something clicked. I wasn't dating a bad guy. I was dating someone who genuinely thought the world revolved around him. A week later, I ended things. He looked shocked. "You're breaking up with me over a playlist?" I shook my head. No, the playlist just helped me notice everything else. For the first time in the conversation, he didn't have an argument because deep down, I think he knew I was right. A year later, I started dating a guy named Mason. A few months into our relationship, we were driving to Chicago when I handed him my phone and said, "Add some songs." 10 minutes later, he handed it back. The first song was my favorite Blackpink track. The second was an Olivia Rodrigo song I'd played on repeat all summer. The third was from a movie soundtrack I'd mentioned exactly once. I looked over at him. "Mason," he shrugged. "What?" I started laughing. Nothing had ever felt more romantic than someone simply paying attention.